Welcome back. Here on Police Report, we provide you with information on crime trends, crime prevention techniques, and community programs. But you can get additional information by visiting the Baltimore County Police Department's website as well. The address is on your screen. Press releases from the Baltimore County Police Department will no longer be emailed directly to subscribers. Instead, they can be accessed on the Baltimore County Police Department's website and on our Facebook and Twitter accounts. We encourage you to like the Baltimore County Police Department's face page and to follow us on Twitter for the latest news. Also, you may want to set your Facebook and Twitter accounts to notify you when the Baltimore County Police Department's press release is posted. But just follow the simple steps that are provided. With us to discuss the Baltimore County Homefront program is Mr. Jonathan Dansicker and Ms. Paula Wolf. Welcome to Police Report.
Hi.
Ms. Wolf, what is the Baltimore County Homefront program, first of all? Tell our viewers.
It's a committee that was established in 2008 in Baltimore County. It's composed of agencies, organizations, individuals, volunteers, everybody who serves veterans as a way of bringing together these organizations and groups so that we could serve veterans better and find a way to get resources and get connected to veterans so that the veterans' needs could be met.
So this was a coordinated effort. The county saw that all these resources were out there, but there was no coordinated, focused effort. Yeah. So the whole purpose was kind of bring everybody together and...
Yeah, and it serves as kind of a networking and resource for all of us, because we all are serving Baltimore County residents, veterans, and it's a way to sort of bring it together so that the system works better and that veterans' needs are met, and it's been doing really good.
And how long has Baltimore County been committed to its veterans in this way?
I think Baltimore County has a long-standing commitment to veterans. I know this group started to form in 2008 in the early stages, and it started out with just a couple of organizations, and then it's grown. And I know we meet quarterly, and almost every meeting there's somebody new, a new organization or a new group, and we're working together to plan things and share resources and get the word out there so that the veterans and their family members know what they can access.
Now, John, you and I both are veterans. How important is this Homefront program to you as a veteran, yourself, and how important is it to the veterans in the community?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's no greater feeling than reaching out to a veteran and trying to help him or her get the services and benefits they need. I think with the Baltimore County Homefront, you know, there's so many benefits and so many services and so many agencies out there. Sometimes the veteran gets overwhelmed or frustrated on how to access the system. The Baltimore County Homefront kind of centralizes all of these different agencies and providers from local, federal, state, and gives the veteran the opportunity to find all these services and agencies, I guess, in a more easier fashion.
Now, you know, you talked about the coordination and giving them a way to access these resources. Does it allow you to better serve them, and does it allow you to communicate between agencies also about some of the same clients?
Absolutely. I think the referral process is pretty simple using the Baltimore County Homefront, because we meet quarterly, we know each other's face, we know the number, we know who to contact. So, you know, if we can't solve it, we know whom to contact within the Baltimore County Homefront. And it seems to be working out pretty well so far.
And what have been some of the successes you've seen with the Baltimore County Homefront program?
I know that with the Vet Center, our mission is mental health counseling for veterans, but also a big part of it is outreach, information, and referral, and helping the veterans know what's out there. Since I've been a member, I've had several times where I've been able to reach out to another Homefront member. One example I had was able to reach out to the Baltimore County Crisis Response, and a police officer and a clinician were able to come out and help me assist a veteran who was in crisis. Another time I had a veteran who needed some legal help, and I made that connection at the Homefront meeting, and I got that resource to know she could access the Maryland Legal Aid Bureau. And I made that phone, I gave her that information, and now this is a woman who was in an unsafe situation. She now has legal representation, and she's starting to better herself and better her life because that connection was made. And it goes both ways. I've had Homefront members call me and say, hey, Paula, I don't understand how to get this at the VA, or how can this person get their DD-214, or what do they need to access, who should I call?
Now, who are some of the member agencies of the Baltimore County Homefront?
We have the Baltimore County Executive Office, the Baltimore County Council, the Maryland Department of Veterans Affairs, the Federal Department of Veterans Affairs, Readjustment Counseling Services. With education, we have the Community Colleges of Baltimore County, Towson University, the Baltimore County Department of Corrections, and the Baltimore County Police.
We also have Baltimore County Crisis Response, Baltimore County Department of Aging, Baltimore County Department of Health and Human Services, the Maryland Legal Aid Bureau, their Joining Forces Project, a host of community volunteers, and we also have the Baltimore County Department of Economic Development.
Now, Paula, what is the value of having the Homefront program overall?
The value is for the veterans. It's getting the services and the connections out there for the veterans so that their needs can be met, so that as a county and as, in my case, an agency, we can take care of the veterans and make sure that we honor them. And it just has helped streamline what can be such a confusing process. Because as we've started to network as a community, you know, services are being provided because we're helping each other help veterans access the systems the way they need to.
Okay, thank you. We will take a brief break. When we come back, we will continue our discussion with Mr. Jonathan Dansicker of the Department of Veterans Affairs and Ms. Sherelle Ruley-Carr of the Baltimore County Department of Health and Human Services. Welcome back. I would like to welcome Ms. Sherelle Ruley-Carr into our conversation.
Thanks for having me.
First of all, John, before I get to Ms. Carr, Towson University and CCBC have been involved in this program too. How have they been helping our veterans on the Homefront program? Sure.
So both CCBC and Towson University send representatives to Homefront meetings. I know Pat Young is out there at Towson University, but they've been liaisons between the schools and the Homefront meetings and the Homefront events. And between the two schools, they've actually established smaller centers on campus for veterans to go to. That way they can be kind of away from the general population of the students. They can rely on each other for support. Help each other with studying and questions about the GI Bills or the VA certifying official on campus.
Okay.
So with the Baltimore County schools and universities at the Homefront, it just gives the veterans within Baltimore County another resource to go to.
Okay. And Ms. Carr, in terms of some of the annual events for the Homefront Committee, what are some of the events that have been put on in the community in Baltimore County?
Well, one is the Senior Expo, which has the Veteran Mustard, which many veteran organizations and agencies come out to be a part of it, bringing resources and services. Then the Baltimore County Office of Housing, Family Self-Sufficiency, with the Home Front, holds the annual Flag Day event, which again brings out a lot of different agencies and organizations to provide resources and information for our veterans.
And I understand CCBC also does like a staff day, or they do something also.
Yes.
An event. And what about the Veterans Night Out? I think there's a Veterans Night Out event that occurs also.
That occurs on Veteran Day, and Baltimore County has 272 veterans that have VASH vouchers. So we invite them to have a night out to be able, again, to receive resources and services that's beneficial to not only them, but their families as well.
Now, for our veterans that might be homeless or seeking housing, what should they do?
First, I would say they should visit the VA and get with a counselor who can then connect them with the Baltimore County Office of Housing, and we can take it from there to issue VASH vouchers.
Okay, and can you tell us what a VASH voucher is, basically?
A VASH voucher is a rental assistance voucher for veterans, and VASH stands for Veteran Affairs Supportive Housing. It's to avoid having our veterans homeless, and it can go on and on until they decide to move off and become self-sufficient.
So really no veteran in Baltimore County should be homeless unless they just choose to be homeless.
Correct.
Okay. Hey, Jonathan, you've been involved with the Mobile Vet Center. Can you briefly tell us what a Mobile Vet Center is?
Sure, absolutely. The Mobile Vet Center is part of readjustment counseling services within the Department of Veterans Affairs. Basically, the Mobile Vet Center, it's a 39-foot RV that deploys out into rural areas. It's basically a huge counseling office on wheels. It's got satellite capability, it's got a bathroom, it's got a coffee maker, it's got telephones, fax machines, anything you can think of.
So it essentially provides the services needed in a mobile way to our veterans.
Absolutely. If the veteran can't get to us, we'll deploy that Mobile Vet Center out to the community and do counseling services right there on the spot. You can also activate the Mobile Vet Center for crisis response, natural disasters. I know when Hurricane Katrina hit, they deployed a bunch of Mobile Vet Centers down to Louisiana because you can outfit them with so many different capabilities.
Now, Ms. Carr, how valuable is this Homefront program and for our veterans in our community?
I think it's an excellent tool, and it started June 1st, 2005, and it was basically to bring agencies and organizations, federal, state, and county, together so that we could address any emerging issues that our veterans that were coming home would have.
And if there's organizations out there in our community that want to be a part of the Homefront program or want to participate, who should they contact?
They should contact Larry Simmons. He's at the County Executives Building, and his number is 410-887-4272.
Okay, thank you. We've been talking with Mr. Jonathan Dansicker and Ms. Paula Wolf and Ms. Sherelle Ruley Carr. Once again, thanks for joining us on Police Report.
Thanks for having us.
If you missed any part of this program or would like to see it again, it is available on the web. To see it, just go to the Baltimore County Police Department website and then click on the Media Relations link and then click on Police TV. You can also now follow the Baltimore County Police Department on Facebook and Twitter. That brings us to the end of this edition of Police Report, brought to you by the men and women of the Baltimore County Police Department and Chief Jim Johnson. Thanks for joining us today, and we hope you'll be with us next time. I'm Captain Rob McCullough saying, be kind to one another.